Welcome to the Temple Mount Podcast. My name is Shogun. Today we have episode 3 of Mage the Ascension, the ongoing Roundtable Temple Mount campaign. Join us on the Temple Mount Discord server and find our episodes on YouTube and BitChute, Temple Mount Official Podcast. That being said, welcome back, Raul, Rupert, and Mr. Dude Missile, our Dungeon Master / Storyteller. Thanks for joining us again, and take us away any way you want, Dude Missile.
Okay, so last time you guys fought, you guys went out to the woods to sort of reduce the heat after the whole club shootout that you guys had in the first game. And while you were there, you ran into your first mythological monster. You fought a banshee, and you guys are just in the camp now. We'll say you've spent the night. It's now the next day from last time. It's like
we spent the night talking on Teos's online community.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Sure. So you guys let me ask you, what would you like to do right now? Because you don't have any mission at the moment. You're sort of on your own right now.
Well, we already have all the weapons and equipment we need. We have the RV as our base. We don't have any missions. Teos has his napkins. We destroyed the possessed doll and killed the banshee.
Do we have any insight onto where that doll came from?
No, you guys didn't look into it.
We can only assume that the doll was haunted and somehow summoned a banshee, which is definitely quite bizarre. I somewhat think we should have brought it back to HQ for like paranormal processing, but I accept that we've destroyed it as a safety precaution.
Right. Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Knows? What you guys do know about the because Valen did a check on this. What you guys know about the doll was that it was the link keeping the ghost there, right?
Right, exactly. So that makes sense. I don't know. Can I take some time to like train Grug in basic hand-to-hand combat? Is that something I could do?
I guess the most I could, I guess in story terms, yes, but the most you're going to get out of that is maybe like a temporary buff, right? Because we don't want to circumvent the experience system.
Right. Never mind that then.
We can wake up and do a little bit of sparring. So that's a good way to keep the session off, I think.
Okay. So say it's the next morning and Teos is going through his napkins or sleeping still, and Cal is sleeping still, and I suggest to Grug, I say, if you're going to stay with this organization, you're going to need to learn a few new skills. Here, step outside with me. We'll do a little light sparring. And then maybe we can like do like some kind of opposed roll or something and see who gets like better outcome. I won't use like all my skills. I'll just use my like attribute or something. We could do like an opposed like strength roll or something, or an opposed dexterity roll, because Greg has 5 dexterity.
Well, I guess you guys choose. Let's say you can either. I'll give you the choice. Either of you could use your strength or your dexterity, right? Because it's a fight, right? So you could beat someone in a fight because you're being like dexterous and agile. Well, even if they're stronger than you, you know.
Okay, so.
Well, at this invitation, I chuckle a little bit and I say, "Yeah," as if I'm the only one with something to learn here. And I quickly pull out my gun and point it at his face and like shoot, pa inside, like right outside of the RV on either side of his head.
Are you going to break the windows of the RV if you do that?
I thought you were heading outside.
Okay, so we're outside. So you pull out a gun and fire?
Like I'm like, I'm following you out, kind of laughing, talking shit, and then you're out in front, like a few steps into the woods. I'm on the stairs going down the RV. Your back is turned, and I'm, shooting
to the side of me.
Yeah, on either side of your head.
On either side of my head.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then I'd like to roll. I'd like to roll a dodge roll to like duck and make sure that I don't get hit if he happens to have bad aim.
Should I roll something for the aim first?
Well, yeah, but we're not gonna do it like a skill roll. Is there a D100?
Yeah.
Roll a D100. I like to
Who,
use
me?
D100. Grug, because he's the one shooting. I like to use D100s in basically any RPG to be like a luck roll, right?
You better not shoot me in the back of the head right now.
Well, I thought I was going to get my dex or something, but it's just a D100, so let's see. I might just kill you.
I'm getting it to be like a luck roll because you're sort of goofing around with it and you're not sort of like trying.
I rolled a 100. I rolled a 100 on a D100.
Okay. So you like really you aim it like right next to his head and like barely miss him like expertly, right?
Yeah, so let me narrate the 100 if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
As I pull out the gun in a gray morning with fog surrounding and seeping into the silhouette of Shogun as he walks out in the forest, I pull out my gun sideways, pop, spin it around, pop, sideways again, and graze both of his ears.
Okay.
Here. We should just
yeah, we can incorporate him. We'll just say he's still sleeping right now until we finish this exchange, maybe. Okay. Or doing something inside the RV. So as soon as this happens, I instinctively try to disarm Grug if I'm close enough to him to do that.
Yes, let me. So make a dexterity plus melee, or dexterity plus melee.
Melee, but I'm just trying to use my martial arts.
Okay, yeah. So go ahead.
I don't have a knife. Okay.
Go ahead. Use your martial arts and dexterity.
Dexterity. Okay.
Yeah. 1 second.
So that's going to be 5 plus 4. Let's see here. 2 critical failures, 1 critical success, and then probably 1 or 2 successes. Let's see.
So, let me respond here. So, I'm not stopping you from taking the gun from me, but I'm kind of pulling it out of your reach, and you easily grab it anyway. And I go,
okay.
hey, look, I'm not the only one with something to learn here. You're the one who's turning your back on your enemies.
I nod and acknowledge this, and then I toss Grug's gun off to the side, and then I put up my hands in a martial arts position and start circling towards Grug.
And I flip my dagger out of my sleeve, throw it to the side by the gun. And you didn't even check to see if I had any other weapons. And I just coolly start rolling up my sleeves on my shirt, taking my jacket off, loosening my tie, and then I'm just bouncing around like boxer style.
Okay.
Like I'm about to kickboxing.
So we're going to do some sparring. So, Raul, you have a dice pool of 5, and I actually have a dice pool of 9. So we'll just do a round of boxing.
What do you have 9 from?
5 in martial arts and 4 in dexterity, whereas you only have 5 in dexterity. And you don't have
melee
anything.
Is with weapons. So
it's only with weapons. Yeah.
Nice. So. All right, roll sides. D10, optional count. 5. 2, 2, 3, 8, 10. And you rolled 3 critical successes.
Yeah, and 1 critical failure. So that's two critical successes.
Logan, how do you kick his ass?
So I do low side kicks to the in and outside of his knees on both sides, like whap, 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 whap. And I kick both the in and outside of your knees to basically make you fall down to the ground in front of me by just chopping your legs out from under you.
All right, so I fall to the ground, but I'm going to try to roll away and get back on my feet.
Okay, so you could roll dexterity 5.
Let me look at the sheet, see if there's maybe a combination we could get here. Actually,
I'm gonna let him roll to his feet. I'm not gonna stop him from doing it.
Okay,
I'm gonna let him get back up. So he rolled
5,
a
3,
10.
6, 7.
Yeah. So you manage to get knocked down off your feet, but then you roll back to your feet. Okay, so
I start
get
jumping around, but with kind of bruised and kicked up knees. I go, all right, okay. All right, Poltergeist, show me that one again.
Okay. Is it my action again?
Well, did you guys want to run this like a combat encounter?
Yeah, we're doing like a little like sparring, so it's like we're not hurting each other here, but we're just like having like a little combat, yeah, for like training purposes and just for fun.
Okay, well in that case, roll initiative.
Okay, so that's 1d10, right?
1d10, and then plus the size of your dice pool of wits plus dexterity.
So I got a 14 all in.
And I've got a 2 plus 2 plus 4, so that's so Greg goes first. But Greg did go first. He shot at me, then I disarmed him, then he I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like we're in the right order now.
Yeah. So now it's Greg's turn, I guess, because he won initiative.
Yeah, go ahead, Greg. What do you do?
All right, so I'm like in this kickboxing stance, hopping from foot to foot. Let's see. I want to try to dilate time to get behind him, and then just drop an elbow like right on his back.
How many points of time do you have?
2.
Yeah, sure. If you want to
roll, irritate 3.
Yeah, so roll 3d10.
8, 3, and 7.
Yeah, okay, so you managed to get behind Shogun.
Now, do I have to do a separate roll to try to hit him?
Yeah.
Just a dex, since I don't have any points in anything else. 2, 3, 3, 6, 7. Not good.
No, I think that at least hits. I think I'm pretty.
But do I get to make an opposed roll of dodge or something?
You get to do. Hang on, let me get to the place where it is in the quick start guide. You get to make like a dodge. Yeah, you get to do one of 3.
I will dodge. I've got 5 points in dodge and 4 points in dex.
I think some people have character pages from different editions. But yeah, we can use dexterity plus dodge if you want.
Okay, so I rolled 3 10s plus 2 plus a 7.
So the difficulty for a dodge is 6.
So I got 3 10s. So I managed to dodge. Okay, so it's my turn now. So did he manage to slow down time?
Yes.
Well, but I still managed to dodge.
Yeah, I managed to slow down time to get behind you, but that didn't like do anything in terms of like actually making me hit you.
Yeah,
you're just like, how'd you get there?
Yeah, so he manages to kind of warp behind me, but I'm still quick enough to dodge out of the way. I do a spinning elbow backwards at his temple, but it's with control, so I'm not trying to actually like hurt him, but I'm going to try and channel force through my elbow, and I'm going to put electrical force and use my like hand like my elbow like a stun gun.
All right, I want to try to instead of like a straightforward dodge, jump out of the way. I want to try to roll spirit to make myself ethereal as this is coming at me.
Okay, let me roll my force roll first. So for my irritate 3, I rolled 9, 7, and 6 to try and electrify my elbow, and then I also have to roll an attack, right? Can I do that? Yeah. So that's going to be my martial arts plus dexterity.
Oh fuck! Hang on. We'll get this.
I'm gonna. Yeah.
There's a particular. So if you're doing a hand-to-hand, if you're doing a bare hand attack, it's dexterity plus brawl or martial arts. So yeah.
Right. So I rolled 5 for martial arts and 4 for dexterity. So 2 critical failures, 3 critical failures, 3 critical successes plus 2 9s. So 2 successes probably. I rolled 3 10s and 3 1s and 2 9s.
Nice.
Okay, so we'll cancel out 2 of the 9s, 1 of the 10s. You're left with 10 10s. I'm not sure what the rule for canceling out 10s is, but I don't.
Well, the 3 10s would cancel out the 3 1s, and then I'd have 2 9s left, right?
Okay, right. Well, I don't know. The thing is, we're sort of using 10s as like a critical success, but I don't think that's actually anywhere. I think that's sort of a house rule we're doing here.
I think it's a pretty good rule that ones are critical failures and tens are critical successes, and then they cancel each other out.
That's a good way to do it.
One is a critical. Yeah, we can do it that way. I'm just saying, like the ones rule, the ones
Right.
canceling out successes, that's codified in book.
Right.
The tens
But
thing, I don't think.
Either way, I get 2 9s, so I'd assume I hit him with my electrified elbow.
Yeah. So an attack is always a difficulty of 6. So
Okay.
All right,
so-
let me try to use my spirit to go ethereal while this is coming at my temple.
Okay.
Can he actually turn ethereal with 2 in spirit?
I don't think
Just
he
for a
can turn
moment,
ethereal.
no.
I don't.
It's okay because I failed anyway. 3 5s.
Yeah, I think you'd need at least like a 3 to do that, right?
I think, but so why don't you roll 5 for dodge instead, since you couldn't have done that anyway? Just try and dodge out of the way of my elbow by rolling 5 dexterity. So I got 2 successes, so maybe if you get more successes on your dodge roll, you get out of the way. I'm not sure how that works.
1 6 4 8 4.
It's not, so attacks are not a contest. It's you have to roll a 6 to hit, and he has to roll a 6 to dodge or an 8 to block.
Right. So that's what we did. So I hit, and he failed to dodge, or he got one point of dodge, but because he got an 8, but he also got a 1. So I don't think he dodges.
Each type of if the defense removes all of those each success removes one of the attacker's successes.
Right. But what was his difficulty to dodge?
The difficulty to dodge is 6.
Okay, so he got 1 success, and I had 2 hits, so I hit him once.
Okay, yeah. So
and I hit him once with an electrified spinning elbow.
Yeah, so Grug, you sort of it's like you've just been hit with a taser. Like it's not gonna do any lasting damage, but like you sort of fall to the ground.
Blast him to the ground.
Yeah.
So then I walk over and I put my hand up, like to out as though to pick him up if he wants to take my hand and like help him get up to his feet.
It's not that you blasted him to the ground. It's that you like a taser. You sort of made his muscles spasm and he lost control of himself. Right.
Got it. So
I'm like, hey, man, you cheated. No, I thought we said no magic. This was supposed to be about martial arts. And so I'm going to try to grab your hand, but also like yank you down to the ground and trip you as I'm getting up.
Okay. So maybe roll dexterity 5.
6 1 1 5 7. I'm failing. That's like all fails, right?
So my character just pulls his hand out of the way when you try and grab his hand, so that you like fail to like grab me.
I just kind of sit on the ground and smart for a second. I'm like, all right, okay, maybe I do have a thing or two to learn. Now help me out for real.
Okay, I help him up.
Okay.
I say, all right, that should be sufficient for today. You didn't do too badly for a beginner. Now the question is, what should we do next? We didn't get any calls from HQ.
No, but there was one chatter last night on the on Teos's channel that said something pretty interesting. He was also like Teos interested in the McDonald's story and seemed to think the Yakuza were involved. You know, these online communities never seem to fully know what's going on, but they do have a beat on it. Maybe we can see if there's some consortium of Yakuza-led McDonald's franchises, or maybe even what Syncor's connection with McDonald's could be otherwise.
I nod and say, we've received corporate intelligence that some of the McDonald's franchises are testing positive for human and rat DNA. So we can investigate and see if we can find the source of the contamination. Maybe it has something to do with the same forces that are contaminating our drugs. Maybe this is like even bigger than we realized, and there's the Japanese effort to like poison all of our supply chains.
Hey, real quick, Valen, you wake. Did you sleep in the? It's the next day from last game. So did you sleep in the RV?
I would assume so, if not in the RV, my character would have slept in the woods.
Okay, so you wake up. What do you do?
My character wakes up from having slept in the woods and quickly picks up his material and extinguishes the campfire around him, and picks up his equipment and heads back to the RV to meet back up with Ghost and Rawl.
Okay.
As Valen comes over, I go, "Oh, look, it's the Lone Ranger. RV's not good enough for you?"
I have a quick question, game related. Is it not
Mhm.
the case that our quintessence functions something like mana, and that we spend quintessence when we do magic?
Let me double check that.
Because we have a quintessence stat on our sheets that we haven't filled out. I'm pretty sure we start at like 5, and then you gain quintessence by like various means, like meditation or going into nature, or like different ways that you can regain your quintessence. But I'm pretty sure we have to spend it to do magic.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
You are correct, actually. There was sorry. I think I knew this at one point, but when I only read the quick start guide before we started playing because you guys wanted to play
Yeah.
that day.
No, that's fine. I just remembered. So should I just put everyone as quintessence 5, and we'll just start using that mechanic now?
Yeah, we can do that. I will. We'll take a couple. We need to. Okay, here's what we need to do. Right at some point after this game is we need to take a couple-day break so that I have some time to read the actual full rule set.
Okay.
And I've just mostly been running off the quick start guide.
Yeah.
There's nuances that they just say like.
That sounds good. And then while you do that, I'll start running like test run games with the system that I'm trying to figure out, and we'll just play like one-offs or whatever while we're waiting for your campaign.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so everybody has quintessence 5. That's essentially your mana. We'll assume that we had all spent 5 points by now in the previous few turns of play, and so we all have 5 mana remaining. And again, in order to regain quintessence, it depends sort of on your tradition. So my guy would probably have to go meditate or do martial arts or yoga. Greg's guy might have to just like, I don't know, get laid or something. And Teos's character would have to like, I don't know, get more napkins or have some other success in his like enterprises, I guess. I don't know. These are just thoughts.
My character is Verbene, so since
probably
all
from being in nature.
Yeah, that's it. Like, since my character slept in the woods, should I get more quintessence?
So
I think.
I'm just
Go
doing
ahead.
basic research, like the quick amount of research I can do on this while we're playing. It seems like that you can basically the ways you get it's something you get it back with like nodes, or you can draw it if you have high levels of prime, or if you have an avatar, you can like get your avatar to give you like you can like if you have an avatar background you can
right. And
like,
if people don't know, sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Well, nodes are like, you could be like a shrine, a temple, a church, like some kind of special place where there's like mana in the air, like a grove of trees or like a cave. And it could be any kind of place that has like mystical power in it. It's called like a node. And you can draw it like magical energy from it.
Yeah.
Can we say that Shogun's Dojo is like a node back at HQ Corp?
We can say that it's like sort of like an Yeah, we can say that's like an artificial node. Sure.
Yeah. Nice.
But I'm not sure.
Because that's like super far away, and we probably won't be going back there like too often. Hopefully, as more characters come in and stuff.
The other thing is it might be like a again I have to read the full rule set, right? But it might be like a paradigm thing where like a celestial course, they could go to church and maybe draw that as a node.
Mm.
But
I wonder if we could have it so that at HQ they give us like some kind of injection of like pharmaceutical drugs that they make in the corporation that are like specially designed to like be given to mages or something.
Yeah, that sounds good, because then we don't have to like, oh well, you just start off with a node. It's like, yeah, if you guys want your magic restored, you have to actually continue to interact with this questionable corporation.
I think what would be interesting on top of that is if their nodes that they gave you, the quick fix nodes, would have long-term side effects.
Yeah.
Just ideas. So as for now, I suggest we we look up which franchises were found to have human and rat DNA in their burgers, and we go start checking them out one at a time until we figure out how this is happening.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's
Wait, can I just jump in here? Are you guys sure you want to do the McDonald's stuff without Teos? Because that's sort of his whole arc.
Well,
Yeah,
he
that's
says he's here.
Okay.
and we're also like this is like entry level stuff, and this is all of we're kind of in a team, even though maybe we're not quite there in terms of RP, like we might not have RP'd out why exactly we're like best friends now. We're still like
Well,
trying to
me and
fight
Greg,
together, so.
have a professional relationship. We basically bribed Teos with the RV and the cash, and we convinced Kyle to at least trust us for a little while by talking to him, and maybe by fighting the Banshee together or something. He realizes that there is a reason to team up since we killed the Banshee.
Cal is
Mhm.
more just like a trusting guy who is more of a wanderer. But are we back in character now? Do we put ourselves back in scene?
Yeah.
So my character turns over to Raw, and as he strokes his beard, just chuckles slightly and says, "What? Is nature too good for you now, Mr. High Class and Mighty?"
No, don't get me wrong. I love coming out, swimming in a lake, jumping off cliffs, but hey, a bed's a bed, and a warm meal's a warm meal at the end of the day. Besides, I was just telling you that I missed you last night. No hard feelings.
No hard feelings there, but I hope you didn't miss me too much, young boy.
You hope what?
Young boy.
Oh yeah, I forgot you guys like 56, right?
I take out a bottle of Pedialyte from my backpack and start drinking from it.
The RV stocked with some food, right? Stock it up on the way out.
Well, again, there's like a campground store if you want to just say that you get some stuff there or whatever.
Yeah. My character had Pedialyte in his backpack from the HQ. He uses it to replenish his electrolytes when he does magic and fighting. So it drains his metabolism.
So Cal, what kind of bike is that? Is that a chopper?
No, it's an Indian, man.
Oh, classic. Hey, you know what? I was wrong. Outside is really, really great, and the RV, the RV's cool. But can I ride that to the McDonald's?
So now the RV's not good enough for you once you see my nice bike.
Well, hey, you can't blame the guy for trying. Whatever. I'm riding shotgun then in the RV, and I hop back in and crack a cold bottle of water.
And I will sit in the back seat of the RV looking out the back window, making sure nobody tails us.
Okay, so you guys are driving to McDonald's now?
Yeah, and I guess my character will follow up alongside them on his motorcycle.
Right,
could come in handy.
So Teos is driving. He just messaged me.
Okay.
Teos is going to drive.
And Teos is always following my character.
Right,
just like my character, my character is always following Grug.
Right.
Or Rawl, I mean.
So it's like a little conga line.
In terms of how this is working, yeah.
Okay, so how do you guys want to go about this? What's your plan for investigating the McDonald's?
Well, I have the information on which McDonald's had the human DNA found in their burgers, and so the highest concentrations. So I'm suggesting we go there and see if we can find out how the human meat is getting into the burgers.
Okay. I think I already have basically more or less the outline of a scene planned out here, so go ahead.
All right, so we get in the RV and we drive towards the McDonald's that I mark on Grug's GPS map. On the RV, dash.
Okay, so you guys arrive in the parking lot of the McDonald's.
I'm gonna use. That's right. Let me do like a computer and maybe Streetwise roll together to try to see if I can find more about the ownership of this particular McDonald's. If I can find the identities, that'd be cool. But if that's successful, then trying to find out more about them from other like news sources or Facebook stalking or whatever. And let me, internet sleuthing, including maybe Theos can participate in this way, like put it in this some way, like
you have 1 point in computer. You're the only one who does.
I gotta use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I feel like you'd have to like roll maybe computer investigation.
Rawl has investigation 2 and computer 1, so you could probably roll 3.
Okay, I'll do that. And then I'm gonna also like leverage Teos's like online network if he permits it, if you think it's a good idea to continue interacting with them on the mission related stuff. 5, 3, and 8. I rolled a 5, 3, and 8.
That's probably be no successes. I can do physical reconnaissance and scout around, but it's just a McDonald's, so it's not like there's going to be bodyguards or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Unless there is something really weird going on. Maybe we should take a McDonald's general manager hostage and interrogate him.
No, that's a lot of heat. We're already on the down low. We probably shouldn't be like doing crazy stuff here.
I know I'm kind of new to your guys' group here, but do we normally go around kidnapping people? Because that doesn't seem like a good idea.
No. It's not normal at all. I don't know. This guy had one too many drinks last night. No, kidnapping? Of course not. We wouldn't do something like that. Well, there was that one guy at the dockyards and the other guy at the club. But normal course, no, absolutely not.
We've kidnapped less than 4 people.
Less than 4 people is beyond the normal course.
Well, would it help if they were bad? Or at least we thought they were bad.
We thought doesn't help.
Well, some of them were. We right about half the fun.
We had our reasons.
Yeah, besides, we're getting way better.
Better at figuring out if they're bad or better at kidnapping them?
I just kind of shrug. Non-answer.
It's human intelligence. We need to gather intelligence any way we can, and sometimes the old school methods are the best.
Or you could just ask them kindly?
Yes, that's Rawl's job, or yours.
I kind of like look at Shogun and look at this guy and start laughing. All right, smart guy. Why don't you go in there and ask them nicely if they got human meat in their burgers? Let's see how it plays out. No, go ahead. I kind of like cross my arm.
I suggest that might actually not be such a bad idea, and we can catch the reaction on camera and see what happens.
So what, do you want me to like order a burger and then what? Like do what to it? Like cast some magic so there's more human meat in it?
No. Maybe you go up and ask them if there's human meat in their burgers, and while you're distracting them by doing that, I'll sneak around the back and see if I can break into like a meat locker or something and get some meat that we can test.
I have a better distraction. Why don't we just send Napkin Man in there and just give him carte blanche on all the free napkins he wants?
Look, that's breaking and entering, napkin stealing, this is all highly, highly suspicious, and we're trying to keep a low profile here, folks. I don't know if you remember why we're out in the middle of nowhere in the woods. Why don't you just walk up there and ask them for a human meat burger? Tell them you'll pay double. Hey, maybe triple.
I'll pay double for a human meat burger?
That's a good idea.
I'm still with my give Napkin Man the carte blanche. Just let him go wild in there. Like he'll grab all the attention. Us
right, but what are we gonna do while he's grabbing their attention? That's what I'm saying. I might as well sneak around the back and try and see if I can find anything suspicious inside the actual offices while he distracts them.
I'm gonna say to the party, look guys, hey, you keep brainstorming, I'm gonna go get a Big Mac. And I just like walk in and start approaching the counter to purchase one.
So my character turns to Ghost and say, okay, so do we send the Napkin Man in there and you and me sneak into the back?
Sure, yeah. So we'll send Teos inside to collect as many napkins as he can from inside the McDonald's while me and Cal sneak around to the back and Greg walks in through the front.
No, we give Teos full access. He can take any and all napkins. Whatever boundaries are there, he needs to cause as big a distraction as possible.
Well, he can just walk in there and start stuffing them in his pockets by the fistful, and then they may or may not care, but it'll distract their attention long enough for us to see if there's anything suspicious in the back of the kitchens. Like maybe we'll just find like people chopped up in the fucking back. You never know.
All right, DM, how do you want to run each of these decisions?
He may not have even heard any of this that we're discussing.
Oh, really?
So
yeah,
I
just
guess
give him a minute to get back.
You'd have
Just
Yeah, let me
let
do
him
my
come
thing
back.
first because it's. Oh, just wait for him. I was
Well,
gonna say my thing is not like overly impressive, but probably not gonna be plot driving. But yeah, let's just wait till he gets back so he's caught up.
I like how my character now just refers to Teos as Napkin Man.
His name's Rupert.
Yeah, I know his name's Rupert. My character will always just be Napkin Man. His first and only interaction was, "Hi, how are you?" A quick talk, and then he storms off to complain about how his napkins are being fiddled with.
Yeah, I have only been calling people by like made up nicknames that I interchange like every time I refer to them. Kind of like a douchey, fratty, chaotic thing, but also it's good OPSEC because nobody here is code name.
Yeah.
Chaos is covered.
Exactly. Taking our $500,000 RV to McDonald's to break in.
I like how just batshit insane. Like we just went off like right away. Like, okay, we're gonna get $500,000 RV, and then we're gonna go to McDonald's and sell all their napkins.
That's right.
Well, we know there's something going on with the McDonald's, and we know there's something going on with contaminated supply chain. So it may be tenuous, but there is a connection. Someone's been contaminating our drugs, and someone's been contaminating the meat. Maybe it's the same organization.
Maybe not.
Hang on. Tio sent me a message. I didn't see it, but I think he, if I got it right, I think he doesn't want us to do the McDonald's thing because that's like his arc, right?
Right.
Oh,
Okay.
no? Okay, hang on. No, hang on. He's correcting me. I had to go to the bathroom, Tio. So Oh, okay. Oh, okay. No, he was just saying he agrees with Grug using the internet to research.
Right.
Okay.
But Greg tried to roll his computers and he failed.
Okay.
Yeah. So here's what we're doing. We arrived to McDonald's after trying to do some additional research on ownership and backgrounds, people that could be involved with this particular location and franchise. Unsuccessfully, we had a quick brainstorming session on how to best handle it. Kios is going to run in and just grab some napkins. I'm just saying, hey, whatever. I'm just going to go in and watch the fireworks. Let me order a Big Mac. And then them two are going around to the back to try to like break into a meat freezer and get some samples. So
Okay.
you let us know how, like, what order that you want to run that in.
So you're gonna try and sneak in and get some meat samples. Is that it?
We're trying to go in the back and see if we can figure out why there's human meat inside of the McDonald's burgers by investigating the back of the restaurant. Well, Greg
If in fact there is human meat in this restaurant now at this time.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, yeah. So you're gonna go into the back then. So who wants to make a stealth roll?
Let's see here. I have stealth 3, so I'll roll it. This is just stealth.
Yeah. I mean, you're just trying to sneak up to.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a stealth of 2, so I'm gonna roll that now.
6, 8, 4.
Okay, so you you just sort of look like a weirdo, and you can tell you look like a weirdo. You're not in any danger or anything, but you can tell people see you like trying to being suspicious around sort of the back supply area of the McDonald's.
Okay. Can I see anything to hand that I could like where am I now then? Did I get in through the back or not?
You're like at the back. You're like at the back door. But like
But I've already been seen.
You've already been seen by like someone at the drive-through and like the
Okay.
cameras and stuff.
Yeah, I rolled a
Alright.
6 and an 8.
Keep in mind your roll wasn't terrible. It's just that like
The difficulty was higher.
Well, yeah, you're trying to sneak into the back of a McDonald's in broad daylight while there's cameras and a drive-through going on, right? So it's not exactly the easiest thing. Yeah.
That's fine. So maybe jump to inside, and we'll just stay. I'll just give up on my plan to break in. And I just kind of like lean up against the wall and act nonchalant, like I'm just like chilling out.
You're having a smoke or something.
Yeah, and I give up on trying to break in through the back.
Okay. So who wants to act next?
I don't know if Tios is able to come to the mic, but ostensibly he's just in there like grabbing napkins out of dispensers.
Okay.
And I just walk up to the counter. I imagine we're kind of in the middle of nowhere, not a big line. And I kind of have a spring in my step and loosen my tie a little bit, hop in my suit, and I walk up to the person behind the counter and I say, "1 Big Mac, please."
And the person says tells you how much it is and runs it up on the register.
Yeah, sure. So I swipe my company card.
Okay. They say your order number 376. You'll see when you're being served on that screen. Points up to a screen above the counter.
I kind of think for a second. 376 sounds familiar. And I shake it. Hey, never mind. Hey, you have a good day. And I just go and like wait for my order.
Technically, we can just use the burger you order for the sample.
Oh, hang on. You guys, Jogan just broke the scene by being not an idiot.
We can just test the burger. We can just test the burger that you buy.
Yeah. So I guess when it comes out, I go to it, and I want to do something. I'm just gonna like right in front of them. I'm looking around. I'm trying to gauge people's reaction to this. And I like take the burger, and instead of going back to a seat or something, I just plant both feet kind of squarely in front of them and unwrap it. And I take the patty off and I smell it a little bit, and I start picking off like the pickles. I grab a napkin and wipe off some of the ketchup, and I just hold the patty and like flip it around a little bit. Between 2 fingers, I kind of wiggle it and I put it up to my ear, put it out in front of me, in between me and the person, and wiggle it a few more times. Am I seeing any like strange reactions? Like, obviously, this is what I'm doing is strange, so people should be like taking it back. But is anybody like
what you see is a bunch of teenagers and maybe like a middle-aged manager like walking back and forth through the kitchen to the counter, clearly trying to ignore you, but looking really awkward.
Okay, I want to try to do something right here. Okay, I want to try to kind of very stealthily. I'm gonna put it in the palm of one hand and kind of cover it with the other and shark it a little bit. But what I'm trying to do is use my life magic to detect if there was ever any human in the meat. I have life 3.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. So I'm gonna here's what I'm gonna say about quintessence, and this is my guess as to what the rule probably is. I'm thinking like it's gonna be 1 quintessence for every sphere you use in a spell, right?
So this would just be 1, right? Because
you're just trying to like sense the life of the burger. So if you want to roll Arete, and
I still do Arte 3, even though it's a level 1 sphere, right?
I believe, yes. At least that's what the quick start is.
That's how we've been doing it.
845.
Yeah, there's it's not 100% human. It's not like a human burger, but there's some like human meat kind of being used in a sort of amount that you might think of it as like a filler or something. Like
Human meat in the burgers.
yeah.
This is based on a true story, by the way. They posted articles earlier in Rupert's website. So this is the real deal. Someone's putting human meat inside these McDonald's burgers.
So
Maybe if we
when I identify this, I want to turn back to the person in the behind the counter and go, "This patty is perfect. You guys pass. I'm a quality inspector here from McDonald's corporate headquarters, and this is the best meat sample I have ever seen. Do you mind throwing me a box of that in the back so I can show other franchises in the area just what quality meat looks like?"
Okay, you ready for this? Greg Pill, I'm about to shut you down. Roll manipulation.
Do I get charisma too, or just manipulation?
Charisma and, wait.
he has charisma 5, manipulation 1.
Yeah, sure. Just roll charisma.
79448.
Okay. The sort of a manager comes out and he says, you're joking, right? If you were actually a McDonald's representative, you would know that the meat doesn't get made in the restaurant. It gets made in a factory and shipped here. Get out of my store.
Of course it doesn't get made here, but the way you so lovingly and carefully, according to McDonald's corporate standards, I'm giving this like enthralling, political speech about the dedication to the values of the McDonald's Corp. And during this, I go, oh, and by the way, yes, I am from McDonald's. And I just flash my Syncor ID without giving them time to really look at it and say, please, just do your job and give me the box. But if they're not, if that, I'm not trying to re-roll. So I don't know if you guys are coming in at this point or not.
Okay. If you guys can come up with something really smart, but right now these guys just saw a guy talking about how he wants some meat from this McDonald's so he can take it to other McDonald's to show them how it's done, which doesn't make sense. This is the thing that doesn't make sense.
I think we already have the sample that we need. What we need to do is figure out what corporation that he said it came from, the factory or whatever. So I, walk in, since I've been outside, I walk in the front door. But I suggest that we try and figure out what factory it came from.
Okay, how are you going to do that?
Well, Greg has 2 points in investigation. So he could try and, investigate the guy. Or I could try and threaten him. Or we could bribe him. Or we could just ask. So I guess I'll go up and I'll ask the guy what factory produces the McDonald's meat.
And he just says, well, there's a bunch of different factories that supply all over the world. And then he says, we just get supplied by the New York branch, right?
Well, maybe we can look up the address of that on the computer. So I say we walk back to the RV. I don't think we need anything else here.
I'm gonna order another 10 Big Macs. Since he didn't give me the meat, I'm just gonna get some more burgers and start eating one of them, and then the others are for samples.
You're eating one, and it has human meat in it.
Now that you're trying to buy a big order, he's not trying to kick you out anymore because it's oh well, more profits, yay.
Yeah, just do it on my way out. Be permissive. Okay. So I'm back in the RV in the shotgun, feet up on the dashboard, chewing into a possibly human meat Big Mac. These things aren't actually that bad. You guys want one?
I shake my head in the negative as I sit back in the back of the RV and sit in meditation until we get somewhere I can do something.
Ron, my dear friend, we just found out that there is human in there. No, I do not want a Big Mac.
Suit yourself. They're not as bad as I thought they were.
Okay.
All
need
my life
help.
I've been against I've been against fast food and big ag. But you know what? Maybe there is something to providing a high quality meal at a low cost to the consumer.
So Teos jumps in here. Or Rupert says, "You guys are trying to find the meat plant? I know where the meat plant is. I've been researching McDonald's for years." Right.
Perfect.
Well, good job, Napkin Man. But back to Raw. Raw, no, we do not eat human meat.
I'm like, all right, hey, all right. And I just like swallow the bit in my mouth and close the burger up and throw it on the pile of the other samples. Fine, hey, fine.
I just shake my head incredulously,
All right.
and
My
I say,
character then
Rupert,
proceeds to storm off to the front of the RV, murmuring to himself, "Man, these young kids do not hold any morals."
Rupert, take us to the meat processing factory for this McDonald's. I want to find out if they have like human slaves in there that they're chopping up and putting in the burgers or what.
Okay. So, yeah, what's your plan here? Are you just gonna drive?
I'm gonna drive up and do some recon.
Yeah. So he drives you there.
Drive past and get a good look at the whole building. Maybe someone can roll a perception check.
Okay. So when he drives you there, it turns out there is security. One sec. Theo's just typing into me. So presumably what I'm getting, he says I drive them to the factory, but there is security because of Rupert. So presumably Rupert's tried to break into this place before.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not trying to stage a break in here, right? This is like a maybe multi-day recon mission here where describe to us like the setting of the building. Is it like in the middle of nowhere? Is it like by a highway underpass? Is it in the middle of the city in the industrial district?
One second. I just want to point out that as you guys sort of are looking over the place, Rupert puts on a disguise in the form of an amazing fake mustache, the nicest fake mustache you've ever seen.
Perfect. So you think we should park somewhere nearby where we can see the building, and we want to scope it out, and maybe someone roll a perception check to see if we can see anything out of the ordinary.
I have a better idea. I could just send my bird to like get a bird's eye view of the place.
Sure.
Yeah, depending on what the location is like, it would be nice if we could like find a parking lot just to sit the RV in that wouldn't attract too much attention, and just keep an eye on it. Use the bird. That's definitely perfect to give us like an understanding of the overall layout, and then I'll try to take at least one watch over the next however long to see like if there's any notable people like entering and exiting, and what the protocol for checking cars that are entering the facility is, if it's done at all.
My character looks back at Rawl and Ghost and says, "Why a parking lot? Why don't we just camp out the RV on a hill nearby? We don't have to be on the roads here with this."
Yeah, that's why I'm asking, like, what's the area around here? I don't really know. Like what the setting is, DM.
Oh, I'm thinking. Well, if Teos, you can jump in here and text and message me if you want to specify. But I'm thinking like I don't think you'd have like a meat processing plant in the middle of New York City. Like that probably would be out more rural, like outside of the inner city a little bit more, because just it would be so expensive to get that much land in New York City. They probably have it built like out in the country a little bit.
All right, perfect. Well, yeah, if there's any kind of like nearby plains area or hill, what we want is a place that we can scope out two things: one, the entrance and exit for like employees, and two, like the shipping and loading for like 18-wheelers and supplies.
I will say it's evening now, because you guys started outside the city. You went into the city to go to McDonald's, and then you went further outside of the city than you initially were to go to the place. So the day's almost over. So if you guys took a rest, right? You might be able to
Why don't we wait till the middle of the night when it's pitch dark?
Yeah.
So let's rest until it's pitch dark. I just do meditation and like stretching. And then we can send the Falcon in, and or I can ninja stealth around the outside of the perimeter and see if I can see anything.
Okay.
And we're in all black.
Remember, Grug, you have one less quintessence than everybody else.
Okay, I'll adjust the sheet.
If I were to send the Falcon out, what would I have to roll? Or
So if you want to get like direct information, what do you have again? I know
I have life, entropy, and forces.
you'd have to roll like a life check, right? Like you can send it out and like when it comes back, you can just like do like a non-magical check to like get a vibe of like is it freaked out? Is there something dangerous there, right? But if you want to like actually get direct information, you'd have to do like a life check to like sort of like I guess we'll describe it as like scanning its nervous system, right? That sort of thing.
All right, so roll a Rite 3 then. 3d10.
Okay, I'll do that now.
We'll call it sphere one sphere because it's just a scan. It's just a sensing thing.
Really?
I got 7, 4, and 10.
Okay, so yeah, so basically what your bird doesn't really see anything that is that useful. Like it's kind of for the most part, at least from the outside, appears to be a just a normal processing plant with maybe higher than usual security. So you haven't learned anything that Rupert didn't already say. Like there's nothing from the outside that you can glean from this, right? Because I mean,
but the Falcons may be able to like communicate some useful information about like just the shape and the layout kind of thing,
okay,
even though if it does move the plot forward, like
right.
actually,
Yeah, right. Sorry. So thank you for pointing that out. Yeah. So I guess so. What you so you guys know that on the opposite side of the building is where the trucks come in every day, right? And so that will be where the sort of ingredients are the sort of meat and stuff is loaded into, like where the trucks are. That'll be near the sort of the start of the assembly line and the start of the process.
Okay,
right?
So how about I go ninja around since I'm wearing all black and it's the middle of the night and I have some stealth. I'll sneak around to the back and I can tell you guys to stay here and like watch the front. Because it might be hard to sneak all three of us in without triggering the alarms or whatever. But I might be able to get around to the back by myself, and then they can keep an eye on the front. And like, I don't know, do we have a way to communicate with each other over a distance? Like,
2026.
They have phones.
You guys
yeah. So I borrow one of the phones from one of the two of you, and then I'll go try and stealth around to the back and get a look around.
Okay.
All right, so I have stealth of 3, and I have. Can I roll dexterity and stealth, or okay?
Yeah, roll that 1 second. I'm just gonna plug in my vape.
That'll be 7d10. Lost my. Oh, so that's 10.
Okay, so what did you roll? 7, 9, 4, 4, 8?
No, I haven't rolled yet.
Okay.
I'm rolling now.
Good.
So I rolled 7, 5, 3, 1, 7, 6, 3, 10, 4.
Yeah. Okay. So you managed to sneak by unnoticed.
Okay, and I just look for a good vantage point, like a tree I could climb, or like a ladder or something that I could climb to get like a higher vantage point.
So you're kind of out in the prairies a little bit, I will say. So.
Okay, well in that case, I'll get down on my belly so that I make a low profile. somewhere where I can like look and see what's going on. I just like lie down on my belly, so I have like a low profile, preferably behind something. Somewhere where I can like stake out and watch for the night.
Okay. Yeah. So you're kind of wait. What? Sorry. What did you say? When after I said you're kind of
I snuck to the back. I hide, right, and I hide somewhere where I have a view of what's going on in the docks and the trucking area, and I'll stake out for the night and just wait and see if anything unusual happens. And then I have a cell phone to call them if I see anything.
Okay, you find the closest you can find out here is like the sort of trash, the dumpster area, right? So
Okay, well, do I see any entrances to the back of the building?
yes. You
Doors,
see,
windows.
you see like the you know when the parts of a building that are like for trucks to stock up, so they have the big like garage door the size of like an 18-wheeler, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a bunch of those laid out and you can see them.
There's no windows or doors.
Oh, there's some doors too, like so it'll be like it's like a row of like truck size garage door type things, and then like an employee entrance or like an employee entrance to the factory
Are
itself.
there any personnel around visible right now in the middle of the night?
There's some guards walking around.
Okay, can I roll another stealth and try and get to the door?
Yes.
Okay, so same roll, that's 90.
Okay, so let's see.
I get four more.
Okay, so you. Oh wait, did you? Just roll?
I rolled a total of 9, so that's 4 for dexterity. And wait, no, I'm rolling this wrong. I'm sorry. I should only be rolling 4, 5, 6, 7. So take out the last 2. So all the first 5 failed, but I did get a 10 and a 9.
Okay,
But I also got a critical failure and a critical success. So
okay, so you hear something around. You don't know what it is.
okay, I hear something around.
You hear like footsteps.
Okay, coming towards me, close to me.
Close to you, yeah.
Okay, can I hide and make that what my stealth roll was?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I just simply, I got essentially a 9, 1 9, because the 1 and 10 cancel each other out.
Okay.
So I just try and hide behind a tree or something.
Give me a second. Okay. Yeah, you are hiding behind the tree. You do not hear anything at the moment.
And I can't see any person around?
No.
Okay. But I heard someone nearby.
Yeah.
Can I try and detect them by rolling a perception roll?
Sure.
Okay, so that's just simply 2 dice. And I rolled a 5 and a 1, so critical failure.
Yeah, you don't see anything.
Okay. Isn't it supposed to be when you roll like a 1, like something bad happens?
Yeah, but it's a perception check, so there's not really anything bad that could happen. Like you're just looking around, right? Like if it was like a stealth check, it'd be like, oh, you accidentally like
step on a twig.
Step on a twig or like accidentally knock over the fire alarm.
Right.
Or something, right?
Okay. I thought I was gonna get.
Just have a bug fly in his eye.
I'm just gonna wait, I guess, because I can't try and move on the door because someone's right around me and I don't know where they are.
Right. Okay.
So I'll just stay still and hiding until I can figure out where the person close to me is.
Okay. So.
Yeah, or I guess. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, I don't want to take like too many actions in a row if anyone else wants to do anything.
Well, our characters are still presumably at the RV, so I don't know what
okay. All right, so I'm going to roll, if I can, mind I have mind of 3, so I'll roll a Arete 3, and again, I'm going to try and detect like if there's someone nearby me, like a human nearby me.
Okay.
Is that okay? Okay, so I'm, I use my Zen focus and my third eye meditation.
It's the rule we're going with right now until I've read the full book is that for every sphere you use, that's going to be
1 quintessence.
Yeah, so you will be pretty low.
Is this going to use 3 or just 1 to try and detect someone nearby?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Right. So I'll roll 3, and I'm just trying to find out where someone is near me. Get critical failure. Double critical failure.
Okay. Yeah, you can't detect anyone. And sort of a couple minutes pass, and you see it like a security guard, and he's doing his rounds, but then he continues this cycle, and he's out of sight again.
Okay, I want to sneak up behind him and put him in a chokehold.
Okay,
can I try and do that?
Yeah, we're gonna call that. Oh, I don't know how to do that. I don't know about stealth attacks. I don't know if there's a system for that, but we're just gonna call it. We're just gonna call it a grapple check and a stealth check.
So the stealth check first, is that 3 plus dexterity?
It's gonna be your dexterity plus your stealth.
Okay, so that's gonna be 7 dice.
Right. And then.
So 10, 4, 7, 9, 7, 1, 6.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see. Don't worry about it for now. So just I'm gonna get you to roll your
my grapple check.
So it's gonna be a strength plus some martial arts.
So 5 for martial arts and 4 for strength. Eight, 4, 3, 6, 9, 9, 9, 9, 3.
Okay, yeah, so as you approach him, you'll so he noticed. So you can narrate this if you want, but just know that he noticed. He's noted. No, wait. I just wanted to note that he's about to notice you. Like he's turning around when you're moving to put him in the chokehold. Right?
Okay, but I get him in the chokehold.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to choke him unconscious.
Okay.
And actually, yeah, I'm going to choke him unconscious.
Okay. So we're gonna make a contested strength roll.
Well, didn't I already roll my brawl check or whatever?
You rolled to grapple him, but now you're trying to like hold that
All
grapple.
Right. Okay, right? So strength plus martial arts.
Yeah.
So strength first at 4, and then 5 second for martial arts. So I rolled 10, 1, 6, 5, 2, 3, 7, 3, 4.
Okay, you managed to keep him locked down until he sort of gets knocked out.
Okay, so trying to go extremely quickly, I try and take any identification badges he has, any weapons he has, and his uniform off of him before he wakes back up.
Find an ID card on a lanyard around his neck, and you find in it there's also like a key card, and that's about it.
Do I have time to get his shirt off and his hat?
You can risk that if you want to, but he's probably not the only guard.
Right. Okay, well, now that I have his identification card, I kind of wanted to have his uniform too.
Well,
can I just?
His uniform?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and take his uniform.
Okay, we're gonna call that a roll.
Roll 100.
No, it's not a luck roll. Like there's actually a skill. So you're gonna roll like dexterity. Yeah, let's just call it a pure dexterity roll. Like how quickly can you get into this costume?
Sure. So that's 4. 3, 8, 3, 1. Let's see here.
You got a 3, 8, 3, 1.
So that would be a failure. Can I use a willpower to change this outcome somehow?
Yes.
So if I spend 1 willpower, can I get rid of the critical failure?
I think it's just if you use willpower, I think it's just you do it.
Okay. So I spend 1 willpower to get his uniform off and then run back to the RV as quickly as possible.
Okay,
Or maybe I should just walk past and go in the back door. The only problem is I don't want to be separated from the party anymore, so I'm going to...
Say that again. Say that again.
Okay, so I'm thinking about this out loud. This is metagame, right? If this guy's gonna wake up unless I kill him, right? So maybe I should just kill him so he doesn't wake up. But he's in presumably innocent person. Now,
right.
I could just use his uniform and his ID to walk in the back, but then I'm alone without the rest of the party. But they're not going to be able to get in just because I have a costume.
Right.
So I feel like...
Stop there, Yakuza scum!
What? Are you saying that to somebody?
Yeah, I'm saying it to you.
You're not with me, though. You're back at the RV.
No, he's not.
Wait,
Greg... We've been rolling this separately while
okay.
talking. I followed you down, and that was me that you heard a moment ago. And as you quickly run, and I just watched all this take place. And I spent a point of willpower to jump out, force, and kick your knees in the same way that you did to me earlier. And I'm just laughing. And I put my hand out the same way that you had to me this morning.
You're attacking me?
Yeah.
He's just tripping you. He's not like...
Yeah.
Okay, well, did he succeed at that?
Yeah, you spent your willpower.
Okay. So he knocks me down and then picks me back up again?
I go, boom! Bet you weren't expecting that. What'd I tell you about turning your back on people? Man, you never learn. Unlike me, I've already learned everything you've taught me since this morning. Did you see that? And I'd do a couple of kicks. Wow, papa. Was that good or what? We're all wide out in the open next to this huge stealth mission that I'm obviously jeopardizing by playing pranks.
I look at him like he's gone completely insane and just have bewilderment in my eyes, and then I just shake my head and start running towards the or not running, but walking towards the back door, the staff entrance.
The back door of the facility?
Yeah, because I'm dressed up in a guard uniform now and I have an ID card.
Oh, I thought you were running back to the RV.
Well, I was going to, but then you jumped out and ambushed me and kicked me. Now I've changed my course of action.
At this point, Rupert walks in. Walks in, and he has the same uniform as the one Shogun just put on as well that he's got.
All right, perfect.
Wait, where were you? Where have you been?
We say go cover our exit, or keep an eye on the RV or something. We're gonna go in with our uniforms and see what we can find out. And we walk towards this staff entrance.
I just shrug. I'm I'll be here, and then I go hide behind the tree again.
I guess my character is just sitting at the RV waiting.
You can do something if you want, but anyways, so we walk towards the door.
What is that, Tios?
Little point. I think we're all.
Huh?
I think you're
roboting.
Shot in the head.
Yeah, you're roboting, dude.
I think you said your character got shot in the head.
What I said was...
Who?
No, I said your character is going to get shot in the fucking head. Firing a gun next to Shogun character's head, attacking Shogun. I don't see this going well for you, dude.
Huh? I'm just joking around. It's all fine. We had an agreement that we were going to fight.
It's going to be all fun and games, dude. But Rupert's super protective over Ghost now, dude. And, this could get ugly, bro.
Well, we're also in the middle. We only have a few minutes before this guy that I choked out wakes up.
Hang on a second. I'm the one that got you the giant box of tissues in the RV, okay?
Okay, hold on. We don't have time for this bullshit. So you need to stay and keep a gun. Listen to me for a second. You have to stay and keep your gun.
Character.
Yeah, this is in character. Well, I'm speaking in character, so I'm telling Raul that he has to keep a gun trained on the security guard that I just choked out because he's about to wake up. So keep him here and don't let him get away and don't let him shout or anything. So you have to keep this guy. You have to keep this guy prisoner here with your gun while we go inside with our uniforms. So cover his mouth or stuff his underwear in his mouth or something and point a gun at him until we get back.
Well, yeah, sure, whatever, fine. And then I just wave my hand and I'm gonna use magic. I'm gonna use my life magic to just put him into like a deep, deep sleep. He's like not gonna wake up from. I'm gonna use 3 points of Arte to do it.
Okay, so you're gonna use sleep magic to keep the guy from waking up.
What sphere are you using to do that?
3.
No, what sphere? What are you using?
Life? Oh, life. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. So you're gonna. What are you gonna? Are you doing like you're gonna increase the amount of like melatonin is flushing through his system or something like that?
Yeah, exactly right. And I'm gonna also try to give him some like super pleasant dreams where he's just like having a blast and also he's like really unwilling to wake up on top of the fact that he's like super tired.
Theos, roll sanity, by the way. You're at McDonald's.
You're gonna have to roll for me?
Do you want? Oh yeah, okay. So just a D10/roll.
I don't know why that didn't work.
D10. Count 1. Theos, you're at a 4 insanity.
Okay, so the dice reflection was not supposed to reflect the current level of my sanity, but it was supposed to take it up or down. So like
okay, so it goes down. It goes down then.
Right.
I'll make a note on that. And then as it go down, does it create any magical effect?
I thought it was a role-playing thing.
Well, I thought it was either the storyteller or Teos narrates whether or not there's some magical discharge effect when his sanity level changes. It's up to either of you to decide if that happens or not, if that's what we're...
Yeah, it's up to Teos, really.
Okay. So anyways, if not, then we walk towards the staff entrance wearing our uniforms and with my ID card, and we just act totally natural, like we belong here.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no one even walks up to you or anything because it's it's just another day,
All right, can we get in the back door with the key and the ID card that I got from the guy?
You don't need the ID. Well, the ID card's not going to be too useful to you because anyone who looks at the ID card is going to be able to tell it's not you. But the key card does work. Yes.
Okay, so we go in the back and we look around for anything out of the ordinary, specifically humans being turned into McDonald's burgers.
Shogun, I would like you to make an. Actually, wait, hang on. Let me think about this for a second. I gotta think about where I'm taking this. Okay. Yes. Okay. So, what are you looking for exactly? Like,
we're looking for. Like, I'm just literally like, what do I see when I walk inside? Like,
well, you see like an assembly line, various complicated machines. Off on the other side of the sort of near where you are, but like on the other side of a conveyor belt, there's like there seems to be like a storage unit for where all the meat is kept. Basically.
Okay, so I'll just walk casually like I'm patrolling as a security guard and like looking around, and I'll make my way over to the storage area where the meat is kept and try and get a look inside. And try and go inside.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll a stealth for this. We'll just say that until you do something suspicious, probably you're gonna make it around pretty fine.
So I'd like to walk inside the meat freezer and look around.
Okay, yeah. Right, so you go inside the meat freezer and you see various not like drums, but like containers, like industrial containers full of different meat products, right? That are like hung up. There's a meat locker. Let's just say it's a meat locker. You see some carcasses hung up, and
right.
Some of them actually are beheaded humans.
Oh my god, I knew it. Okay, so I'll take my phone out and I'll take pictures and video of everything. The phone that I borrowed from Teos or whatever. I'm using it to take pictures and photos of everything, or Tios has his phone, so maybe Tios does that, takes pictures and photos of videos of everything, and I do the same with my photo, whatever phone. So we're documenting all this evidence.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So once we have video and photographs of everything, we try and escape out of here.
Okay, we're gonna do a luck roll here. Roll a D100.
Okay. One second.
And I'm outside on Tios's internet community, going like you guys won't believe what Shogun just texted me, and I'm like throwing all these like pictures of like desiccated corpses out to the internet, like flashing them and deleting them, so nobody can get a screenshot, riling everybody up. Big news about to break.
My character's still in the RV and he sees on the computer Rawls is posting. He sends him a message saying, "What the fuck is going on down there?"
I got rolled a 22 on my luck.
Okay. So
I reply back to Tios to Cal, and I say, "A lot. Be ready to take off at a moment's notice."
Okay, so Shogun, as you're leaving the storage locker, you see the chief of security, and he says, "What are you doing in there? You don't have the clearance for that."
I'm going to use Mind 3 to do a Jedi mind trick on him, and I kind of put my hand up and I say, "It's okay, I've been authorized by HQ. I'm just doing a standard inspection." I like wave my hand, and then meanwhile look him in the eyes and try and like Jedi mind trick him into like accepting that we belong here and letting us go.
Okay, so we're going to actually call this the first instance of vulgar magic.
Okay.
If that's okay, I think.
Yeah. So I'm going to roll a Rete 3.
Okay.
5, 8, 7.
Yes. So hang on. Let me consult the paradox chart because you've got some paradox now.
And did that cost me 3 quintessence?
Yeah. How many? Well, we can call it 2.
2. I got 3 left. We're going to need to go back to HQ once we have this evidence. I need a new dose of the combat drugs that they give me.
Okay. So let's see. So on a success, so you generate 1 point of paradox.
Okay. All right. Does anything manifest immediately from that?
When a mage missions, so I guess we have to roll. I guess how it seems to work is that you roll, you do like a paradox backlash roll.
Mm-hmm.
So roll a paradox backlash roll.
Well, what is that? How
So
many
you're gonna
dice?
roll for one for every paradox you have. So just 1 this time.
1d10?
Yeah.
Okay. So 5.
5?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hang on. So you take 1 bashing damage.
Okay.
And you're also going to
Everybody else is healed up to full right now, I think, right?
Yeah. So
and I take 1 bashing.
We're gonna do another roll here. Paradox, quintessence and paradox, game effects and paradox. Okay. What happened? Casting magical effects chart. Page 457. 547. Sorry, this is the first time we're using paradox. So So you're going to get generally when okay. Yeah, we're gonna do it now just so we learn how to do it. But generally, you only roll when you've gotten like 5 things of paradox. That's when you generally roll. But it does say it's up to my discretion. So we're gonna do it now just so we can learn this. So paradox flaws. So where's the paradox flaws? Trivial flaws. Short-lived. Okay. It seems like there's not like a list of them, and I just have to come up with them. So yeah, Shogun, you actually you lose the ability to okay, hang on. It's supposed to be this is going to be very basically harmless, right? This is going to be really trivial. So you let's just say you start hearing like an annoying voice, right? That's like, "Hey, you're an asshole."
Okay.
And it starts pestering you, and it starts saying stuff like, "You can't do that. That's not fair. You can't just force a guy to believe you, right?" And you also suffer 1 bashing damage.
Okay, so, I recorded that. So I shake my head to try and clear my head of the voice, and then I say, "Hurry, we got to get back to the RV," and we try and exit. I'm assuming I succeeded in like mind wiping that guy for a second. I rolled 587 on magic.
He's gonna bother you for a bit, but there's no like debuffs or anything.
No, but I mean the security guy, like I succeeded in Jedi mind tricking him. Okay, so can we leave?
Yep.
Okay, so we get back outside and we look for Raul.
Yeah, I mean, I'm basically in the same place as I see them coming. I'm making my presence known to them in a conspicuous way, actually remaining relatively stealth and heading back to the vehicle with them.
All right, so we now have proof that McDonald's from this factory is taking human beings and turning them into burgers and adding them into the McDonald's burger meat. We have photo and video evidence. I think we need to take this back to HQ. They're going to want to know this at corporate intelligence. Maybe you can send them a report now. Send it
back to HQ. Back to HQ. We're not going back to HQ. We've only been gone a day. We've got Yakuza searching for us in every street. We've got a safe house that's no good. And we've got direct orders to stay away from base. I'll write it up in a report and send it over to them, but I'm not going back to that hellhole of a city right now.
I nod and accept this, but my character's hands are shaking slightly. He's starting to go into withdrawal from the combat drugs that he sometimes gets given for missions.
Okay, we're gonna call that a -1 to all rolls.
Okay. I'm just role-playing my character that he gets given like some kind of super soldier serum or something when he's at HQ, and when his quintessence is getting lower, he starts to go into like withdrawal for more of it.
Likewise, Raul has no idea about recharging or anything. He's just like, wow, I can do stuff if I focus really hard, you know?
Right, okay, so what do you guys do? So
we return to the RV and we send a video report with the photos and the videos of the human carcasses and the GPS location information and photos of the factory.
And so as your characters return, like my guy sees you guys approaching the RV and runs out, quite panicked looking, looks at Raul and then looks at Rupert and Ghost and asks them, "What did I just see? Why was Raul posting a bunch of dead bodies in Teos's little online group chat?"
I just kind of like look sheepishly at the other guys. I'm like, take a couple step back.
I say it turns out that Rupert was right. They're harvesting human bodies and putting them into the burgers at this facility. We need to blow this story open, or at least give the information to corporate intelligence.
Do not follow
Rupert,
the crackpot online.
You guys all notice now. You guys all notice now that you hear Rupert from the kitchen of the RV, He's sitting at the kitchen table. He's got his laptop open and he's screaming at the top of his lungs, I told you guys! I told you we've got the greatest discovery! We were right! We were right! He's freaking out. He's not making much sense. He's just incoherently screaming about how right he was and he knew it all along. That he's talking about, he's like going through a list of all the people that told him he's crazy. And he's just like citing off all their names. He's like, Dr. Frank, the lady at the pharmacy, the Betty that cuts my hair. Like he's just going through all the. He is losing it.
My character,
yeah, he's totally manic.
Instantly face palms and just sighs heavily and says, "Shit, this is not what the crackpots needed to hear. You have not been listening to them for the past hour about how Rupert's been right. This is bad. This is bad. We're gonna have to spend 3 days listening to them and Rupert talk about how the napkins told them this."
And we might get in trouble because this was probably supposed to be something that shouldn't have leaked to the public, but hopefully they won't find out about it too soon. For now, we should get back to the campsite.
Well, this is
I just shrug and say, well, hey, look.
Mm-hmm. Like I'm announcing to you guys that Rupert is now beginning to disclose stuff that he hasn't said anything yet, except for the fact that he's right and he's all the people who thought he was crazy. If you think it would be appropriate to stop Rupert, now would be the time to do that.
Well, Grug already posted the pictures of the dead bodies and stuff on Rupert's website, so it's already been leaked. So,
hang on, let me be clear, because I was just like riling him up in front thing. Then I wasn't like giving a full expose on what's going on.
Sure, but you posted pictures of like human decapitated heads hanging upside down in a meat freezer,
right? But that's it. Like, right? That's just some crazy thing online. There's no explanation.
Yeah, but with all the context, like, Kyle's been listening to this, and he's just like, "Shit, someone's got to go in and stop Rupert. Him and his napkin crackpots are about to blow this stuff up."
I'm like, wait, hang on. I position myself between you guys. Hang on. Look, 4 heads was better than 3. Maybe 400 is better than 4. Those guys are pretty good at what they do, and I'm not that great at computers. I don't know about any of you. Maybe it'll help to have those schizos lead us in any direction rather than no direction.
You hear Rupert yell from the kitchen, I've got 3,614 followers, actually.
Well, close enough.
Napkin lovers, Rupert. Napkin lovers.
I say, even if they... the story's already been leaked, right? So you've already explained that this was a McDonald's and that there's human meat and the pictures were posted. So we can't do anything about that now. What we need to do is get out of here before someone finds that unconscious security guard or he wakes up. So we got to get out of here in this RV before the heat comes on us.
That's a great point. Cal, you drive. I'll take the Indian.
No.
I'll wait for the keys. All right, I'll drive. I'll drive. Rupert will get the word out, and Shogun, you take shotgun.
Okay.
Big, slow, lame. You know.
Earlier. We don't kidnap people, and now you guys come back telling me we knocked someone out.
That wasn't me. Hey,
team vibe.
That was me. That's not my fault. I made sure that man was very, very comfortable for the rest of his sleep. Come to think about it, I did leave him out in the middle of the night in the cold naked.
How long will his sleep be? Did you extend his sleep forever?
I hope not.
I hope not.
He'll be out for a while. He'll wake up feeling refreshed. He'll be fine. I just choked him out.
Okay, so are you guys getting out of here?
Yeah, my character just huffs off and just gets on his bike and revs it up.
We gotta get away from here, back to the camping spot, I guess. So we drive off to return to the campsite.
Roll luck.
Who? Greg?
Anyone, just roll a D100. When I say roll luck, it just means roll a D100.
Okay.
You can't do that. Hey.
So for luck, I rolled a 45.
I got a 92.
You see a police checkpoint set up in front of you on the road.
Shit, I swear. And then I say, everybody act normal.
Who's
my
in
guy's
front?
My guy's on his bike, so like.
Right, who's in front? Cal or the RV? You choose, Cal.
Yeah,
Are you
well,
tailing us or are you in front of us?
I guess my guy would assumingly would tail you guys.
Okay.
All right.
So we should pull to the side and stop.
All right. And so, yeah, I make, I stuff my dagger in my sleeve and put my gun inside of my breast pocket, which is facing the window that the cop would come from if it was a normal car, but it's an RV, so I assume he's coming from Shogun's side.
Right. So the cops approach. Well, actually, most RVs I've seen the doors on the shotgun side, so we're gonna assume that.
Okay.
And,
All right.
but the car door is gonna be on the yeah, okay. So yeah, a cop he's like picking his tooth with a toothpick. He's like just ate some almonds or something, and he flicks it away, the toothpick, and then he like motions for Shogun to roll down the windows.
Which I do. I'm in the passenger side seat though.
Oh, okay. So no, then he does it to Grug. Is Grug driving?
Yeah, I'm driving.
Okay, so he motions for you to roll down the window.
I roll it down. I got my shades on, even though it's like midnight, and I do like a little fake cowboy hat tip, and I say with a totally fake, ridiculous accent, "Howdy, partner. How are you, sir?"
Roll charisma.
Charisma is 5.
I have a feeling that Raw will get us into more trouble than he's.
Yeah, but I'll get you out of marginally more trouble than I'll get you into, hopefully.
I like how Raw always starts off confident and in the end it's like, hopefully.
All right, D10. 5. Do I get anything else, like streetwise or anything like that?
No.
All right, just charisma. Let's go. 13515.
He looks at you and he seems rather aggressive, and he says, "Sir, can you tell me what you're doing in an RV at 1:00 in the morning on the highway?"
Yeah, sure. We're just going back out to that park we were at the last night. I forget what it's called, but I would know it and tell him. Just a couple buddies going camping, nothing to see here really, and we just got this brand new RV and wanted to give it a go out in the woods.
So you were at the camping place, and then you left today?
No, I'm not.
Where
No,
were you today?
I'm not. No, I'm not telling him that.
Okay.
I'm telling him we're on the way.
This is a private domicile owned by a sovereign citizen of the United States of America. I am a sovereign citizen. Sir, have you heard of the Freed's versus Bakery? Have you, sir? Have you read the ruling from Freed's versus Bakery? Have you, sir? And Rupert just begins like assaulting this cop with all his knowledge of the sovereign citizen.
But guys, out of character, like the RV thing actually fucking works. Like, yes, I don't know if it works if we're rolling though.
So Rupert has 4.
Everything works if you're rolling, but if you're stationary, Rupert is right.
Well, Rupert has 4 in politics and 4 in manipulation. So can he try and roll 8 dice to pull a sovereign citizen argument on the cops? Okay, so
my
roll 8.
character has.
I thought I had 5 politics. I thought I was a master politician.
For some reason, I have you listed as 4, but maybe it's a mistake. I could put it to 5 if that's what you think you had. You would have to actually, because because you only get 3 points. So unless you raised it at one point with experience, you only have 4. You have 5 in firearms. Did you put points into politics? Like
after character creation, you're saying?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I never put points in it.
So I think you have 4. Well, because you took knowledges. Oh yeah, no, you're right. I'm sorry. Yeah, you have 5, 13, 9, 5. So you do. Yeah. You got 5 in politics and 4 in manipulation for a dice pool of 9.
Yeah, so my guy is like a master politician when it comes to the sovereign citizen movement.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm not trying to tell the DM how to game here or anyone else. Any cop who heard a person of his level start going on about the sovereign citizenship would literally be running as far and fast as he could away from it.
Well, honestly,
but you
the way I was going to run this was let's roll for it, but I am thinking that he's probably going to turn around and say, we're not touching this one. Let him go. Right. So let's.
Yeah, you had 9 dice, so you probably would have succeeded, but
yeah.
So somebody roll it.
Could have been. Yeah, it could have been 9-1. You got to roll it, man.
Can you roll it, Greg?
I'll roll it. Yeah. Where's my phone? I'll roll it 9. It's 9.
Yeah, 5 and 4.
All right. Here's the first 5. Here's the 4.
Oh, Teos. Yeah. Okay. He is that the roll for Teos?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And I am always trying to convince whoever I'm talking to when I'm talking about something that they should also be a sovereign citizenship. So the person I'm talking to should have to do a saving throw in order to save themselves from actually wanting to become a sovereign citizen as well.
I'm not going to do that because you guys are not going to see this cop again. But
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 7, 2, 3, 1.
Hang on. Actually, hang on. What can I? Let me.
Well, depending on the DC, that's only maybe 2 or 3. Excessive.
So I guess he's gonna do a contested roll of he's a cop. So let's say. So what were we? What were we doing? What did Teos roll?
He rolled manipulation and politics.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll 2 intelligence against 2 politics. So I'm gonna roll 4. Roll D10 and then 4. Okay. So Teos, you the cop goes, be on your way, sir. Don't cause any trouble. And then he walks away from the car and he does a hand sign to say to the other cops there, like, let him go.
All right, good. We got past the checkpoint.
As we go, I'm gonna say the hippie on the bike's with us too. By the way.
Yeah, that was my question. Like, do I have to go to the checkpoint too or no?
No, just follow us through. So we get through. Do we get back to the campsite?
Yes.
Okay, so can I go out into the night and meditate to try and regain some quintessence points or something?
So here's what I'm gonna say. While we're on the topic, I'm just gonna let you guys know that once I'm not using the quick start rules anymore, we might run things a little bit differently as far as stuff like quintessence and mechanics we haven't used yet. Like we're kind of bullshitting them and hand waving them right now. But once I know how they actually work, I'm gonna run them as close to book as doesn't interrupt the sort of flow we can get going, right?
Sure.
So for right now, we'll say yes, you can go out and meditate in the woods.
Gain back 1 point of quintessence.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, that puts
or
me
if you
want
to roll, if you want to make a roll for this, we can say okay, if you're meditating, what would you say is a better roll for meditation? Alertness or awareness?
Awareness, but I don't have either stat, so.
Okay, hang on.
I could roll perception, maybe.
See, I'm not sure about that because I'm thinking you're trying to when you're meditating, you're trying to reach a state of nothingness.
Yeah. Well, can I use mind magic to gain quintessence? But no, because it costs quintessence to use mind magic.
You'd need prime. You need from what I've seen, you need prime to draw more energy. So let's just say
that's fine.
Don't put any. Hang on, no, let me just go. So what I'll say right now is, depending on the rules, don't put any points into it anytime soon, right? But depending on what the rules are, maybe later if you put points into awareness, we'll let you meditate higher. But you just get 1 point back for now, with no roll.
All right.
Despite the hilarity and chaos that I'm bringing to the table, I'm actually like pretty interested in a few things. So, Rawl, that is recognizing that this whole McDonald's thing is not something he was tasked with, but he's gonna try to like angle a report such that he gets additional responsibility and credit should the mission be successful. So I'm actually going to stay up most of the night, like doing some additional research, trying to put together like a really compelling report and dossier that like right in the morning I'm going to send off to corporate and then get a few nights sleep, still wearing my suit, not even having taken it off.
Okay, so you are now also, if you're going to do that, I will say you're going to be at a -1 for any roll until you get another night's sleep. If that's okay. Same as Shogun with his, with like anything fit. Like you're going to be more general because you're not sleeping, but Shogun's more of like he doesn't have his like strongman drugs, right? So he's going to be at a -1 for like more physical stuff, right? But yeah.
Yeah, I get like a 3-hour power nap.
Okay, so right, so you guys want to keep playing? We can keep playing if you want. What don't you have to go to a game soon, Greg?
Yeah, maybe that's a good place to stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to stop it. Like, my character just goes off into the woods and sets up a campsite.
Mm-hmm. That was good. We achieved our goals.
Right. I also know where what's going to happen next. I know what your guys' next mission is going to be.
Good. Well, that was a good session, guys. Thank you. I'm going to close the recording. Thanks again for being the DM.
You're welcome. I have fun.
And we'll play again soon. Yeah, it's been great. We've already done 4 sessions, essentially.
Is this 4?
Well, three formal plus a prologue episode.
Yeah. Right.
But we didn't record that one. It just takes a second to banish the bot.